Impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump is expected to start on February 9th. Where things stand now, there will not be enough votes to impeach. That's why convict, that is. That's why two senators, Democrat Tim Kaine and Republican Susan Collins, are talking about the possibility of censure instead. So you're probably wondering, what does that mean? Well, we have the perfect guy to explain that to us. Dean Emeritus John DiPippa from the Bowen School of Law is here to talk all about it and break it all down for us. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, so first of all, what exactly is a censure?
Okay, censure by itself is just a formal condemnation of somebody. So essentially, it's a formal slap on the wrist.
Okay, and so why would these senators want to do that? Is there any benefit to doing that compared to having the impeachment trial?
I think there are two reasons. There are two reasons why, and the first is it doesn't look like President Trump will be convicted in the Senate. So for people who want some accountability, they want to have something on the record that says he did wrong. But in addition, they're also talking about censure plus preventing him from ever running for office again, which have been the punishment for impeachment.
Okay. So a lot of people, there's a lot of confusion out there on if it's even constitutional to be able to prevent him from running from an office again. Is that able to happen?
Sure. There's two answers there. One, the trial of the president after he leaves office, I believe, is still constitutional, and the only punishment would be preventing him from running for office in the future. But if there's not a conviction, I think the senators are thinking the next best thing is to censure him and prevent him from running for office in the future. Okay. The problem with that is I think it's unconstitutional to censure him and then say you can't run for office again.
Okay.
That's a bill of attainder, which means the legislature, without a trial, declares somebody guilty and then punishes them. And the Constitution forbids that.
Okay. So how likely do you think it is that this censure, I can never say that word, resolution will actually pass?
I'm not sure how likely it is, but I think the only effective, the only meaningful thing would be a censure resolution passes by a majority of the Senate that says, Mr. President, you did wrong. You incited violence, and you are formally condemned for that. But it has no force of law. So even if it does get adopted in that form, it would really have no effective meaning and no effective limitation on the president in the future.
Yeah, so it seems like these senators, their goal, I guess, is to make sure that former President Trump does not ever run for office again. Is there anything that they could do to actually make that happen?
The only thing they could do is they could pass a law that enforces part of the 14th Amendment that says somebody who engaged in insurrection could never hold office. But they couldn't just limit it to President Trump. And that would have to be enforced at some point in the future, say if President Trump got on the ballot and a state challenged that by saying, you violated this federal law. But a judge would have to determine that, not the Congress. That's the only thing they could do, but that would be way down in the future.
Wow, okay. All right. Well, thanks for clearing all of this up for us this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go ahead.